What's going on, everyone? Nomadic Zig here. Zag is buried underneath all these blankets, and just like the title says, it is dinner time. I was thinking about cooking up some bullshit that I got in my fridge. I've got like microwave taquitos that I was gonna fry up, but I was gonna see maybe one of y'all wanted to sponsor Taco Bell for Zig. If not, that's cool. I'll have my taquitos and I'll still burn one with you guys. Let me bring up my live stream here, because I'm not even in the live stream yet, even though I'm currently live streaming. There it is. Yeah. I don't even know if anyone's in the live stream yet, but I am. Yay, go me. Let me go ahead and post my link tree on here. Anyways, I'm gonna roll a joint. I ain't got much weed left, but I got a little bit. I got enough for a joint. Oh wait, do I? Because I ran out of papers. Womp womp. Oh, I do have more papers. Look at that. Zig never goes anywhere without his rolling papers. Oh shit. What's up, intellectual curiosity? How you doing? Here's the ibuprofen I've been surviving off of since my tooth, and today it's actually feeling a lot better. Hasn't really been bugging me, but I did miss a day of work because of it, so that sucks. I was supposed to deal a poker tournament and had to call in because, like, I don't think I can math today. My face is trying to hurt me. How's everyone doing? I am burning on some sativa, some citrus mistress. Citrus mistress. That's almost hard to say. But yeah, it looks like it tests at 21%. I like it because it's like citrusy. You know me. I do be liking my orangey weed. Oh, these flies. I had to like open up all the doors in the van to get all the flies out because it was really ridiculous. Like, I don't even know. It was like a fly trap in here, and they weren't getting out. So I feel like maybe they were sticking around because like it was warmer in here, maybe less windy. I'm not sure. Not sure why the flies like indoors so much more than they like outdoors. Intellectual says, I'm doing good, but my back is about to go out. Damn, I do, I can relate to that. Like when you go down to like tie your shoes and it throws your back out. I've coughed so hard that I've pulled a muscle in my back before. That was the first time I ever did dabs. Coughed so damn hard, I couldn't bend over for a few days. Just gonna clean up this smoke real quick before I roll it up for y'all and hang out. I am still out here in the Oregon desert. Seems like the fires are kind of starting to subside up there, so I might end up going back up into the woods, up into the forest in the next week or so. And I'm really close to payday, thankfully. But I don't even know what the date is today. Tomorrow I've got errands to run. I gotta go to the dump. I'm gonna go to a food bank tomorrow. Food bank is the only thing that's been keeping me going. Food bank and you guys, as a matter of fact, are the only things that have been keeping my head afloat this last couple of months. It's all these like pokey stems in the smoke that like will rip through a paper, so you got to make sure you get them at the very bottom, the little stem on the tiny little buds. Alright, let's load up the grinder. Let's see. What's up, Rye Guy? What up, Road Dog? Glad to hear you got some relief from that damn tooth. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's not hurting so bad right now, thankfully. I'm surviving. But yeah, dude, that was... Tooth pain's the worst shit I've ever felt in my life. It really is. Like, I've never given birth and never will. But, so I don't know what that's like. But I would imagine that tooth pain is next to it as far as, like, the pain. You know, as far as how much pain there is. I'd rather get kicked in the nuts than feel tooth pain. Because tooth pain just kind of lingers for days. Hey, what's up, kitty? How you doing? It's Friday. Friday, thank God, TGIF. What's up, Vintage? Dave Lowe's in the house. Do I still have emergency food? Yeah, I do. I do have emergency food. I've got some like backpacking meals that I can water and eat, and they're all right actually. They're pretty good. But I was just kind of really hoping to get some Taco Bell today. But I do have some of those like microwave taquitos. Intellectual Curiosity says tooth pain is worse than giving birth. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna make any assumptions, but you know, women are designed to do that. I know it's painful. I'm not minimizing the miracle that is childbirth, but that is something your body's designed to do. You know, I don't know if abscesses in your fucking mouth is what your body is designed to do. Happy Friday, Rye Guy. And if you're wondering why Rye Guy's got that cool emblem and a different color, it's because he's one of my road dogs, man. You can become a road dog too. If I get enough road dogs, eventually I'll be doing live streams just for the road dogs. You know, you guys get 24-hour access to videos. So Vintage Van Life, are you vintage or is your van vintage? Yeah, Kitty agrees tooth pain's the worst, and she's delivered, I assume, some 10-pounders. She got some big babies. I don't know how big they were, but I'm guessing about 10-pounders. I'm about to get roasted for that, watch. Yeah. Thank God it's Friday. I don't know how many days left until payday. Hey Google, how many days left until the 1st? Let's see, 4 days. I got 4 days till payday. I can't believe I've made it this far, honestly. Oh, wow, a fly just flew right into my ear. Dude, there's nothing in there you want. What's up, Mischief? Vintage says I just turned 50, the van just turned 47, so we're both vintage. Hell yeah, dude. Intellectual says my 2 sons were just shy of 10 pounds. That is wild. Just out there fucking pushing out bowling balls. Hey Daryl, welcome to the live stream, guys. I'm just here gonna roll this joint and then figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. I got some stuff I could fry up. I have some backpacking meals I could boil some water and add to. I was kind of hoping that I could get some Taco Bell today. We'll see. It was just a hope. Kitty says 8.5 was my biggest. That's pretty big though still. 8.5. It was pretty big. A lot of poundage. Alright. Pack this pupper down. Dude, I know that, like, there is some pretty good benefits of this spot over the other spot. I get more privacy. The other road I was at was a real busy road. There's people there all the time. I get more sunshine, so it runs my fridge, thankfully. But, there's more flies. And I don't know why there's more flies out here than in the woods, but there is. and there's no garbage, no bathroom, so we're hole digging. And then tomorrow, I'm right next to a transfer station for the dump, so I'm gonna go dump all my garbage. I got a lot of garbage to dump because had all my stuff brought from New Mexico to here, and so I got a lot of stuff I'm just tossing away that was hung on to, that didn't, you know, necessarily need to be hung on to, but it was. So I got it back, gonna toss it with all the other garbage. That'll cost me 26 bucks, which I might actually have to hold up for like a week on that, or go to the dump on a different day, because tomorrow it's 26 bucks. I don't think I really got the 26 bucks to spend, and I'd have to go into town to get the cash back or whatever. Because this transfer station doesn't take a card. So let's burn this together, guys. What are you guys smoking on? How about you let me know in the comments? Also, tell me a joke. Give me a joke in the comments. Yeah, I'm still near the Badlands. Absolutely. Intellectual says, we're big people, no one under 6 foot. That is pretty tall. Need more power, winter sun's not cutting it. Flies are bad here too. You need more power? I definitely need more power. I need like 2 more panels. And I was really hoping on the first I'd be able to get 2 more panels, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna need 2 more tires instead. I need to get tires put on the front and balanced, and get the alignment done, which will probably take most of my money because I'm also leaving. I'm not going to be here after this month. So 4 days I get paid, I'll take care of some shit, and then I'm boogieing south. Glad I stumbled into the live chat today. Always enjoyed getting baked with you, Zig. Thanks, Dan. Welcome, dude. I enjoy getting baked with you guys too. You guys are great. 26 bucks for garbage. Yeah, that's like household garbage up to like you can bring like a dumpster size for $26, but if it's you know, one, you know, little piece of garbage, that's $26, or the whole lot is 26 bucks. Like over a certain amount, more than I got, is over $26. But if I go to the other one, the main, this is just a transfer station here. If I go to the landfill, they'll charge me by the weight, and same thing, anything under a certain weight, which is gonna be, you know, I don't have that much weight, it's still gonna be 26 bucks. So, but they take cards at that place. You're smoking an indica, permanent marker. There's an indica called permanent marker. Us in the nomading community, we just call that a credit card. Credit card is a Sharpie. A Sharpie permanent marker, that's a credit card, because they write what they need on a sign. So we all call it a credit card. Right, guy, 22 peeps and 8 likes. Some of you are slack-a-lacking. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. That's why you're my road dog. 8 likes, you guys. What's up? What's up? You don't like me? You don't like me? Why don't you like me? Then go hit dislike. Either way, we'll hack that YouTube algorithm. Black Ice Sativa, 12 bucks a quarter. That's not bad. I got this ounce that I'm smoking on for 40, which is almost done. Like, it was a $40 ounce I got a week ago or so, give or take, with a veteran discount, and that's how much is left. Like probably 1 or 2 more joints in there, which I've almost made it to the first on my weed. And once that runs out, I have some roaches and stuff that I could, here they are, that I could roll into more joints. In fact, I got another roach on top. That's what I do. I'll just leave the roach. This must have been from yesterday. I've been kind of slowing down my weed intake because I am poor. So it's like 2 joints a day. You got me in here. You got me for this joint. Amazon deal days, October 8th and 9th. Probably get 200 watts for 100 bucks. Where are you? I'm in Oregon. I'm in Central Oregon. The only problem with that is, hopefully by the 8th, I'll be gone and I won't have an address to use anymore. I mean, maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll stay through the 8th. I can't stay all of October though, because It'll be cold here by the end of October. It'll be time to go. It'll be time to get down south. So hoping to be down there by Halloween. But you're not wrong. Those holiday deal days, or the Amazon deal days, Amazon Prime days. What's up, Alvis? Welcome to the live stream, dude. Just got an O of animal face kush mints for $1. That's not bad. Brit 801 says they're smoking some GMO rosin. Some GMOs. I like some rosin sometimes. Dabs are okay. It's like the cocaine of weed for me, though. Like, I'll smoke on some dabs and I'll get pretty stoned for like 15 minutes, and then I'm like kind of just elevated. Like cocaine, man. Comes and goes super fast. I'm over here getting Kitty's from the live chat. I'm over here getting her Snapchat updates in the middle of the live stream. Oh, you just got to Tucson. Hell yeah, I'll be in Tucson this winter. I'll be working the Gym and Jam Festival this winter, so maybe I'll see you there. Power Green 100 amp hour, $169. I already know which panels I'm gonna get. I've got these two up here already. I'm gonna just get two of the same ones. So that way I know everything's the same. You know, the wattage, the voltage, and I think that'll be plenty. I think that'll be what I need for my 200 amp hours to have 400 watts. I think that's gonna be perfect. Oh, wow. This is some gassy ass weed. So you got the Tucson, you got an address. Are you renting while you're there? You got like a box or something? I was kind of looking at the prices of rentals in the Quartzsite Tucson area. We're going to be in Quartzsite for quite a while. So if anyone wants to meet me, I'll be running a booth in Quartzsite at the, you know, where all the booths are. That's where I'll be. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I mean, I always figured it would be easy to vend. I just didn't have any inventory or anything sort of vending. I've always kind of thought that ice cream would do, like ice cream, like doing an ice cream truck would do really, really well in Quartzsite, because the only ice cream that's really there is at Dairy Queen and maybe the grocery store. It's all overpriced. So if you were like bing, bing, da, bing, 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 ba-ding, bing, bing, all through Quartzsite, all those BLM areas and where all the people are camped, delivering ice cream in the evening, I bet you would just kill. Plus, everyone knows the ice cream man also be selling weed, so just saying. Yeah, you guys don't forget to smash that like button. I got 17 likes and 26 in here. That's okay. You know, the 9 of you that don't like me, that's fine. You'll learn to love me. We'll just learn to love each other. We'll just smoke together. We'll avoid all those difficult conversations. Oh, you rent a room and a house, dirt cheap. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cheap out there for rentals. I was surprised. I was kind of surprised at the cost of rentals in the Southwest. Still a little bit like more than I got, but still like affordable if you're on low income like me. Yeah, I was checking short-term in area, in the Quartzsite area. Yeah, I was too. There's even a whole ass Facebook group. There's like a whole ass Facebook group for people looking for rentals in Quartzsite. Oh, Johnny Mojave, just load a cooler up with ice cream, cruise around your van. Bam, just like that, and you could be the ice cream man. Yeah, I gotta get like a loudspeaker that's like playing, you know, playing Pop Goes the Weasel. Bing, bing, da, bing, bing, so everyone knows what's up. Get some of those magnets that I could throw on the side of the van that show what I'm selling. And then I'd need to get, probably not a cooler, but I have a 12-volt cooler here that does freeze if you turn it down far enough. And it's not big enough to carry much inventory. That's going to be the bottleneck right there. Mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms. Mushrooms are cool. Oh, you're talking about the ice cream man selling mushrooms? I mean, just not a bad idea. All charge for electric plus site. Yeah, that's fairly common, but Quartzsite has the cheapest RV parks I've ever found anywhere. I remember when I first started out and I had my 40-foot diesel pusher, I would park at Quartzsite for like, it was like $200 a month plus power, and I think that was Hassler's, and I think that they've raised that since then. But yeah, dude, cheap ass RV parks there. You can also find like single wide rentals for the season, and you might be able to find someone's lot that they're just letting you people park at for cheap. Snow cones with rum topper. You know, yeah, not a bad idea. I heard they raised long-term permits to 600 Quartzsite. Yeah, we were talking about this in the last live stream. So far, it hasn't been finalized. We looked it up during the live stream. They haven't finalized it yet. It's proposed, but I think that they were expecting it to be finalized. So, I mean, we'll see. I never really paid to stay out in the desert there anyways. Never did that. So it was, yeah, that the price increase doesn't really, whatever. 600 for the whole season though, if you're gonna stay the whole season, still isn't too bad. That's like what, 4 months for 600 bucks? That's less than $100 a month. Yeah, next season it's in the works. We'll see. It hasn't happened yet. Yeah, it's proposed, so we'll see what happens. I expect it'll probably go through. If you've noticed, since Trump, they've been jacking up the prices of public land stuff, like national parks, the national park pass, all those costs of everything is going up. So, yeah. They take our taxes, and then they take our money when we show up. You think you're going to head to Sedona? Sedona's alright. I like Sedona. It's like halfway up into the mountains and then halfway down to the desert. Same with like Prescott. A little bit hard to camp in Prescott though, I found. Most of the camping out there, I got the knock from some cops when I was there. And all the camping is like pretty far out of town, pretty far removed from everything, so I wasn't too impressed with Prescott. Or the people there, if we're being completely honest. And if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. When I get to Tucson, check out the Snyder Hill BLM on the west side. Okay. I don't remember. Oh, I stayed at this lady's house last time I was in Tucson, like Angie's lot or something like that. She was pretty cool. This lady that just lets van lifers come in, and it's real cheap per night. You can just stay there, and there's outhouses there and everything. It's a nice safe spot around right next to the gem show, so it was pretty cool. But I think this time we're gonna be staying at the festival, so if you go to Jim and Jam to go watch some music and buy some rocks, then you'll probably see me there. It happens during the gem show. It's like a music festival. I wonder who the lineup is this year. Let's see, Jim and Jam 2025. Jim and Jam 2025 lineup. Let's take a look. Have they announced any lineups yet? Oh, they have not. They have not announced the lineup. Well, that's boring. I was kind of hoping to see who would be playing. Last year, the lineup wasn't that great. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, I've been on this documentary kick for the last, like, week. Everything else on TV just seems boring. But for some reason, documentaries... Maybe it's because I can do other shit and ignore it and still pay attention, you know? Like, do other stuff and not have to, like, be completely enthralled into the story. Which, don't get me wrong, I do like that stuff, but, you know, sometimes the TV's just background noise. Sometimes it's just there. Hey, what's up, Jack? How you doing, man? Jeff Hansen, how you doing? Cheese was there last year, right? Oh, String Cheese Incident was... They were at... I saw them at a... I know a guy named Cheese. That's why that confused me. No, String Cheese Incident, I saw them at... in Michigan at... why can't I remember the name of this festival is at... This is blowing my mind. It was the only festival I actually enjoyed. It wasn't Bonner... Electric Forest. Yeah, that was it. When does vendor season start? So probably November sometime. Either mid to late November. I'll be in the booth. I'll be working the booth, so... Have I ever watched Reacher? Which one? The show or the movie? Hey, what's up, Tonya? I don't know if it's Tonya or Tanya or Tania or Tonia. Okay, now I'm just making shit up. You think they played a Gemma Jam? They might have. I don't know if it was last year. I remember last year's lineup was just trash. But I can look. Let's take a look. Maybe it was them. Not seeing them. Yeah, I don't know if they were there last year. Doesn't look like it. Not too many names I do recognize, to be honest with you. But, maybe it was the year before. But last year, yeah, there was... I was not impressed with the lineup. I love this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but if you're in any of the Slab City Facebook groups, there's constantly people posting in the Slab City Facebook groups talking about how they're homeless and they need help. And it's like, dude, like you're barking up the wrong tree. Like begging for help at a homeless camp is, like, you gotta be pretty down. I've actually gone into Maze, which is the grocery store. The grocery store right outside of Slab City. It's where everyone goes. And people have like crack spanged me outside of Maze. And by that I mean when you're walking into a store and they're like, hey man, you got any change? Hey man, you got any change? Just asking everybody. That's called crack spanging. And I've been crack spanged there and I've been like, no, I don't have any change. You're crack spanging at Maze? Like, know your market, dude. Take the bus to Walmart. That's where you crack spange. Where everybody has a lot of money. At Walmart. Yeah, after a while they all start running together. Oh, it's Tone Ya. Okay. I'm obviously kidding. Hell yeah, Jack, I'm glad you're doing good. You're looking for your weed. Yeah, go find that shit, man. We're smoking. We're all smoking. I assume everyone in the chat's smoking, but then you say some shit like that, like, oh, where's my pot? Like, bro, you're late. You're late to the party. Roll your joint. Come on in. What's up, Liberated? Welcome back, dude. Haven't seen you in a minute. How's the tent working for the van? Jeffrey, that's a good question. It's really cool. I do like having the door up and the tent attached to it. It's also kind of inconvenient when I run into town, so I gotta take everything apart. But if you're gonna be posted up somewhere and staying for like, you know, a couple weeks or even just a few days, like it's pretty cool. I do like it. It's important that this tent was able to stand up on its own too. So like, it didn't have to have the the van with a hatch up in order for it to work. And that's how this one is, so it's really great. I don't know if you guys can see it, that's why I keep pointing behind me, but it's currently not attached. I haven't gone anywhere today. I've just been too lazy to hook it all back up because I know I'm gonna go somewhere tomorrow. But yeah, it's like you gotta strap it to the sides of the van, and it like slips around the back end. And it's not like, it says that one size fits all, but to be honest with you, the hatch is a little bit taller than the tent. Like, I don't think it was really made for a hatch that big. It would be great on like a Subaru, or a little Honda hatchback or something. But for the van, it still works. It still works just fine. I still be liking it. So I just think it needs to be slightly improved. Oh, hell yeah. See, Tanya's here chiefing with us. Hello, Zig from Seligman. Hey, Seligman, Arizona. I know that place. Did you know, you probably did know this, since there's signs of it all over town, but for everyone else, Seligman, Arizona is the town that the movie Cars was modeled after. The Cartopia was the name of the town in the movie Cars, and how it was like the interstate came through and cut all of them off from industry and from customers, and it was on Route 66. Seligman is the town that they modeled that. I've spent some time in Seligman before. Liberated asked, did you know that there's going to be 2 moons for a couple of months? And yeah, I did know that. We're going to have a temporary, tiny little moon that orbits us for the next few months, and then it's going to go out into space again. Yeah, I did hear about that. It's going to be so small you can't see it with the naked eye anyways, not without like some telescopes, but I would love to have a telescope that actually like could see galaxies and shit. That would be a cool hobby to have. Slab City Facebook Lance. Is that what you're asking me? Yes, that's the one. Yep, you got it. That's it. Yeah, get ready for a live stream at 6. Check you later. All right, man. Let's take a look here. I just hit subscribe on your channel, bro. It's called a blue moon. Nah, blue moon is when you have 2 full moons in the same month. The Earth has 13 moon and a 12-month years. I know what you're saying. We have 13 lunar cycles in a 12-month year. That's why we have leap years and stuff like that. Like if they had just done all of our months at 28 days, like we would have 13 months, 13 lunar cycles, and like the 1st of January would be on the same day every year, but they didn't do that, so we have blue moons. I would like it because you could cook out of the van. That was kind of the thought process that I had. I wanted to be able to, and currently right now I've got this seat up right here, right? This seat, and behind it, where the seat stows into the floor, so behind it there's this big deep thing. So I want to build my kitchen kind of right off of that. I want to be able to like have my kitchen on that so I can cook out of the back. So once I get the lumber, like everything is slow going. Like if I had the money, this stuff would just be already done, but I don't have the money, and everything's really slow going when it comes to my van build, because I can only do so much every month, right? Like, so I make $1,000 a month, and that is barely enough to live semi-comfortable. The comfortable that I call comfortable. Not everyone would call it comfortable. And so that doesn't include van repairs, tires. That doesn't include building out the van. So it's basically like whenever I can afford it, I do stuff to it. Tanya says, I've been watching the one girl in Slab City. She said she ended up in Slabs because of you. I reckon she is leaving. So I think I know who you're talking about. You must be talking about Angie. And yeah, that Angie and I met. She had never been to Slabs. In fact, there's a few people, because Angie got there, that they showed up who can attribute their existence in Slabs to me also. It's kind of a ripple effect, you know, and so Angie and I met when she was a traveling nurse, and she was dating this dude, and they were staying in Quartzsite. And we were in a Facebook group, and we ended up meeting and smoking together. Anyways, we all went to Slabs and stayed at the Ponderosa, and that's how, you know, she got to know Slabs. The man that she was dating at the time, he didn't like it, because he was just kind of a Republican about it. And so, but she did. She dug it. Okay, you're smoking weed and thinking that you misread the moon thing. Yeah, it's just a temporary moon. We do have a temporary moon. We have 2 moons, literally at the same time, orbiting Earth. And one of them is just a small asteroid, basically, it's an asteroid, and it'll just be orbiting us temporarily for the next couple months, and then it's gonna get spun off into space. One day it'll probably hit us when we come around to the orbit and it catches us again. You know, the next time, maybe not the next time or the time after that, but eventually it'll happen. If I hear all girls ended up in Slabs because of Zig, I sure hope not. I really, really hope not. There's not only some girls there I don't spend my time around, but there's also some things happening to girls there that I wouldn't want to be the cause of. So, I mean, bad shit happens to people everywhere. It's easy. I don't know. Fucking Slabs be what it is. Yeah, that's her on the outskirts. Hey, Zig, there's an image on Google Earth that looks like a UFO crash at the mountains in New Mexico. I'm thinking about going there in a couple of months to check it out. You should come. I'll be working. For those of you who don't know, I'll be working at a booth all winter long. I'm just going to be grinding away because this van is not my house. Like, this van got me out from a backpack. I was in a backpack before I got this van. This van is going to be temporary. I have other plans, and I need some money for it. I'm going to be grinding away all winter long, and I want to get either a short school bus, like one that's on a van chassis, or I want to get a box truck, and I'm kind of leaning towards the box truck. So that's my plan. By the end of winter, I'm going to have a bigger vehicle. Tonio, you would love to visit Slabs, yeah? Well, then go check it out. Go check it out. If you guys want to have a safe experience in Slabs, it's not that hard to do. It's really not. Just get on Airbnb and either book a room at the Ponderosa or book a room at Mojo's. Those are the 2 places I would recommend. That I would recommend for Babylonians, tourists, to stay. Mojo's is probably even slightly better, but at Mojo's you have to bring your own camping gear, your tent, your vehicle. That's really common there. They don't provide any space to stay, but at the Ponderosa there's trailers that they rent out and whatnot. But yeah, just book a room and go, man. Like, you'll have a good, safe experience. Jeffrey says, man, you come a long way from blowing up on the side of the road. I live on the same money you do. I feel you. Yeah, man. It's, that sucked. That sucked so much. For so many reasons. I was still paying on that van, you know, and then it blew up, and then it put me into a backpack, and I stayed here until December, and it got real cold, and it wasn't, so I had to go, and I was kind of making money here, but then I flew south, and I grinded away all last winter working music festivals, And it got me into this van, and I've gotten this thousands of dollars already put into this van in repairs, because when I got it, there's no way it was gonna make it to Oregon. I can't believe I made it to Prescott, Arizona, to be completely honest with you, from Phoenix. So thousands of dollars went into it already, and just so I wouldn't be in a backpack. Not to mention, like, now the tent and other stuff. Like, so what I'm hoping to do with this van, I've got two ideas. One is I go to, like, Bombay Beach, Quartzsite, Slab City, and just have a raffle for the van. $50 a ticket. I'm not going to sell more than 100 tickets, which means I'll get $5 grand, and somebody will get a $50 van. And that includes with the tent. I'd probably give the tent with it too, and all the whatever builds I do in this. I will probably be taking my solar with me though. We will see about that. If the solar's attached to it, hell, you'll get a $50 van with solar attached to it. But it'll include everything else. I'll take all my stuff out, but I'm gonna be getting a different vehicle. And so either I'll do that, or maybe just I'll meet someone who pulls on my heartstrings, right? That needs a new vehicle, or their vehicle blew up or something. I could just gift them a vehicle. That also, like, those two things are the things that I would like to see somebody get this van when I'm done with it, for, you know, where they're not breaking the bank for it, because I know how hard it is to get a vehicle when you need one, especially when you're in my situation. You have low income. Like, man, that's scary shit. It really is scary. It's like becoming homeless when you're homeless. And if that's a term, like, it should, if that's not a term, it should be, because there is a way to become more homeless than you were before. Am I vending out in Quartzsite all season? For most of the season, yeah, for a couple of months at least. I'll probably be, I'll be working other events too. There's Comic-Con that we're gonna be selling at, and then Gem and Jam, and then Phoenix Lights. We're gonna be kind of all over the Southwest. But for the vast majority of that, there's probably even, I think, an event we're doing up in Havasu. But I could be wrong about that. But we're going to be in between, in Quartzsite. I've watched a lot of videos, and I just get amazed every time I watch it. I think I have seen it all, and I'm amazed again. I've been to California one time, and I went to Weed, California. Hell yeah. Dave Lowe got me this lighter in Weed, California. It says I love weed. It just says I love weed right now, but I love weed. And I put it in my lighter leash, so it's just like attached to the side of the van. I always have a lighter in here no matter what. Even though I have like 100 lighters in here. I really do. But yeah, come out. Where are you at? Come out to California again. Then after we raffle, we hit up Vegas and win the 2025 World Series of Poker main event. Bro, I'm just gonna say, that is, like, if I could be anything in the world, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? A professional poker player. Like, I do be loving some poker, and it scares me too, because I have gone to go play poker with $100 and walked home, or came home with $1 grand. And I've also gone with $100 and lost. I've gone with $5 grand and lost. So it's kind of one of those scary things. I've played in tournaments before and usually do pretty good. I do better at cash games than I do in tournaments. So World Series of Poker would be a little bit higher struggle for me because I'm better at cash. I mean, tournaments, you've got to be making moves the whole time. You can't just wait for your moment. Whereas a cash game, you can just sit there and wait for your moment. But World Series of Poker, dude, it's a $10,000 buy-in. So I played satellite tournaments for the World Series of Poker when they came through, but yeah. I don't know about spending 10 grand to the main event. I would love that though. That would be the shit. All I need is $1 million. $1 million. Imagine that. Some like hobo van lifer shows up at the main event, manages to get 10 grand and wins. I just need $1 million. $1 million would be more than I would ever need for the rest of my life. I would be fine. I would be absolutely fine. I would get a decent vehicle. I would get a decent trailer, or maybe even just a Class A RV, and live the rest of my life. Like, I would be fine. I'd just one. I'm not even greedy about it. Jeff says, I try to get a box truck and pull the van, spare vehicle for when you have to work on the truck, but everyone has their own idea. Yeah, I mean, it would not be worth the gas money it would take to tow this thing, just in case my box truck broke down. But it would be handy to have a spare vehicle, and I don't think it'll be a minivan. I think it'll probably be a motorcycle. I have my motorcycle endorsement, so if I got a motorcycle, I could get to and from, the store or whatever, or explore on that. I think that would be the move for me. But that's way down the road, dude. That's not even, I'm nowhere near being able to buy a box truck and a motorcycle. Let's just work on the box truck first. Let's just do that. And if I could find like an old U-Haul, like a 10-footer, maybe, like not a big one, but a decent sized one. Maybe bigger than 10 feet. Maybe like an 18-footer. That would be perfect. That would be the one. Tanya says, I'd be happy with $500,000. I'm not greedy. Yeah, I mean, 500 grand would be a life-changing amount of money. Like, it just is. It'd be life-changing. So I would probably do the same thing. And if it was like lottery winnings, I would probably just give a lot of it away. Because I had to plug in mainly because, like, dude, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. Like, I don't know how much time I got left. And I would like to enjoy doing like a YouTube channel like Mr. Beast's, but better, Like, do one where you are like genuinely helping people out. I don't know. I would like to be able to, yeah. And then that would probably take off. Maybe like homeless person gives away his lottery winnings. I would just call it dying poor. And I would make sure I died poor. Because it's just money. It's not as important to me as it is to a lot of other people, I'd still make sure I'm set up and my people are set up, but dude, 500 grand. You could go give somebody $1,000 500 times. You can go give somebody $500, 10,000 times. Like, that's awesome. Oh, you have to sell your motorcycle? Well, if you'd let me make payments on it, we could talk. It can't be too big of a bike either, because if I was to buy it right now, I'd be towing it with a minivan that doesn't even have a damn tow hitch on it yet, so I'd have to get a tow hitch put on. I couldn't carry, like, it'd probably have to be like a 250. $1 million, dude. $1 million. That's all I need. That's all I would need. I would put that 1 million into a checkings account. If I won like 500 million, like the Powerball or some dumb shit, I'd put 1 million in a checking account. The rest of it would just go into a fund where I'm giving it the fuck away to people. Like that person who's walking to and from work 2-3 miles to get to work and back every single day. He's been doing it forever. You know, you could buy them a car. Like, what the fuck is it to you? It's life-changing to them. You know, pay for their insurance, registration, pay for the insurance for a year, registration, all that, the whole 9 yards. You can even do gas. If you won like 500 million for 1 year, and that'll just like open up so many more opportunities to people. You see that those people broke down on the side of the fucking road. Oh, well, here's a car. You do dumb shit with it. Mr. Beast started out that way. Like, I watched this video where he parked his vehicle and like accidentally hit the car next to him, so they got a bunch of camping gear and sat next to it at the parking spot, waited for the guy to get off work, which it was like hours. The guy showed up and they just gave him like 10 grand for this little scratch in his car. That's the kind of shit they used to do before he was too big for his own britches. Liberated says, you know something, every day I go to work, come home, mostly don't do shit but get high. But I have this goal in mind to get the hell out of Babylon and go to my off-grid land. Nothing here, I don't care. So how are you going to reach that goal? What's slowing you down? Everyone's got an anchor. Like, a lot of people who have that wanderlust, or at least want to be off-grid and away from the hustle and bustle, they tend to have anchors that keep them from doing it. And, you know, the ones that are like, it's just too scary, I respect that. That's fine. But the ones who are like, oh, I've got this or that, like, sometimes it's valid and sometimes it's like, you know, that's an excuse. Jobs are usually the number one thing that keeps people where they're at. And that's fair too. That's fair. You don't know when you're gonna have a job again, so you want to have like enough savings to like make it a while. Like, that's how I did it. That's how I started. It's exactly what I did. I had a pretty decent cushion when I hit the road, and that dwindled, you know, away after a couple years. But by then I had kind of figured it out. So it's change. Yeah, that's probably a lot of it, is change. Like, go with what you know. Go with what you know is like human instinct, is to just go with the familiar, and anything scary is like, you gotta go in cautiously. So that's normal. It was also, when I hit the road, it was kind of scary, but it was so exciting. I remember driving out, like, when I finally left in my first minivan, just like celebrating the bullshit that I was leaving, the wearing a suit to work all the time, and the constant like, oh, I got paid and it's gone, but I've got all this stuff, and just being surrounded by stuff. But it also added more bills, and so I had to work harder and get the raises in order to pay for all the, you know, lifestyle that I had created. I just wasn't into it anymore. So it also took some trauma. That's actually one thing I would say that a lot of people who are doing the van life thing have in common. Like, there's always some sort of trauma that sent us on this path. And I think there were several different traumatic experiences that I had that set me on this path. But primarily, I would say that like 90% of the people I meet doing this have some sort of severe trauma. And then the other 10% are doing it for a couple of years, and then they're like, why am I doing this? Dude, there's so many flies in here. I see them on this or not, but they're like, they're all on the roof right now because it's cooling down. This is the time to kill them, but I don't even have a fly swatter. I have killed some with my hat, but I'm hoping they just fuck off. By the end of the night, like, if I could usually chase them out and like close the door. It's silly how many flies there are. Wheelchair and meds. Yeah, meds I could see being a pretty serious anchor, because it's hard to get your medication while you're traveling. If it's those meds that you can get like 6 months supply of, makes it much easier, but it's not always one of those. The wheelchair, depending on how abled you are, I have known some people who are, you know, paraplegic. I know that you're a quad, but I've known some people who have traveled in wheelchairs. But as a quadriplegic, that's significantly bigger of an issue. Yeah, if you had a that's what I was about to say. If you had someone that could like assist, that would be great. But if I had a spouse or a best friend that wanted to cruise or live off grid, and my dogs, I need them, and my dad, I have too much when you really think about it. The reality is some people have legitimate anchors, you know, whether that's health or whether that's, you know, their family's health, like kids. There's always, it's pretty common. Like, there are some legitimate anchors. And then there's some that are like, you're just scared. Like, that's most of what it is. If you can admit that, that's fine. Or there's, I don't even want to go traveling, and that's also okay. You're like, you don't have to go traveling. Once I had that wanderlust, now I'm starting to have that stability lust, though. It's been kind of growing inside of me for the last couple of years. Like, I kind of wouldn't mind having a little spot, you know, and having, not to worry about power and how sunny it is, or to not have to worry about filling up my water jugs because it's just coming out of the wall. And I don't know, being able to do internet things that I can't do with the internet that I have, and being able to build up, you know, my stuff, and just having like tools that I need, and also having the space for all the tools. Like, all of this stuff has been kind of growing inside of me for the last couple of years. I just don't know what that looks like, and I know for a fact I can't afford it. But I'm starting to get to the point where I was like, I really wish I could. 17 through 19, doing dead shows out of Jeep van 2020, and my 5th year last, 2 down 60% of travel, enjoying the South in winter. Jeff says, I like Scooter, Tramp, Scotty, traveling all over on an old bike, lives in a tent, couldn't do it myself, but that's freedom. I've thought about doing the motorcycle thing before, and there's 2 things that kind of hold me up on that. 1 is Zag, and then 2 is I don't like sleeping in a tent. You might as well be in a backpack. It's no different, except you get to be on a bike and go where you want to go, and that's the cool part, right? It's just riding the motorcycle all the time. But is it though? Like, riding a motorcycle is cool, but doing it every single day, like, I would get sick of it. And it's either the motorcycle or the tent, like, for shelter. I kind of like being able to close up all the doors and the wind stays off of me. And like, I don't know. Like, motorcycle may not be for me. Like, you gotta be one tough son of a bitch, I think. Or just young enough that you're not all, like, I can't do the fucking tent thing anymore. Yeah, motorcycle is cheap, that's true. The gas is cheap in it. But, you know, like, that's still not, that wouldn't be, it's cheap because you're not getting very much. Like, you're not getting very much in return. The gas is a little more in the van for sure. Like, some motorcycles are, you know, 3-4 times better than this thing. But I've also got like a mattress, you know, a fridge. I can watch TV if I want to. And so for me, like, that's better. That's better. When it rains, I don't have to go find an overpass while I'm driving. You know, I can drive through hail. You know, just saying. Rode 300,000 on a Harley. Only whip I had for 5 years. Dine and sleep and picnic tables. Yeah, dude. I've thought about it. I just ain't got it in me. I really don't. I feel bad, bro, having so much and people who leave the country and don't have a place to call home. I have a place to call home. And having, I mean, you worked really hard for all that stuff. I don't know if you can see the fly that just landed right on the lens. That was cool. But anyways, you worked really hard for all that stuff. You know, there's nothing wrong with having all that stuff. You deserve that stuff. You know, just because I don't have the stuff or the stability doesn't mean that you shouldn't have it. I've, you know, never really thought of it that way at all. Like, I've never been jealous. Some people, the system just didn't kick them while they were down, you know, and they get through it. Sometimes it does make me kind of like, does make me a bit frustrated that I feel like I was one of those people that fell through the cracks, and that kind of frustrates me sometimes. But then I think, like, I've always hated the government, and they've always been incompetent, so it's really kind of par for the course. And I imagine there's worse people out there than me, but I know I fell through the cracks, and if I really put a lot of thought into it, it kind of pisses me off, so I try not to put a lot of thought to it. If anyone has cash, Subway is buy one get one for a few days. I hate being broke. Hell yeah, dude. That's why I was on here. I was hoping to get some Taco Bell, but I don't think I'll be getting Taco Bell today. I think that I got some like microwave taquitos that I can fry up, and that'll be my dinner. But I was kind of hoping that I would hop on here and be like, who wants to sponsor a taco? But you guys got me for, oh, it's been an hour now. I'll hang out with you guys for another like 10-15 minutes, and then I'm gonna take off and make my dinner. Same choice, liberated, fell out, worked 20 years, bought a place, now debt free, pension with Social Security, sitting on my retirement. You know what I'd really just like to, I need to actually spend some serious time focusing on my disability claim and getting it increased, because I don't know if they'll give me 100%. I would like to think that they would give me 100%, but if they don't, even 70% would be complete game changer, because I could kind of live how I'm living now and save a lot more, because my income would more than double at 70%. I'm at 50. The way they do it's weird. But if I was at 100%, like, that would be life-changing. It would be absolutely life-changing. I would be never, ever, my videos would drastically change. My live streams would change. I wouldn't need the money anymore. I'd have plenty. Now, like, donations, I could figure out a way to make those donations, you know, go towards videos or something, instead of going towards, like, food. Oh, I got a donation. Look at this. Did I? Hey, Daniel, thanks, dude. I don't even know. Did I miss this? Oh, this came a hot minute ago, Daniel. I just saw that. I am really sorry. I'm going to be going to get some Taco Bell today, courtesy of Daniel. Big shout out to that. I didn't even see that notification come up, but that was like 20 minutes ago. Oh, shit. I could be eating Taco Bell right now. It's actually like a 20-minute drive into town. We pay taxes, nobody should be homeless. You know, maybe that's true. That's a conversation for the philosophers and politicians, I think. I think that if they did start providing government housing, like they already do HUD, it's just not funded enough because it's politicians and philosophers, right? Hey, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. Hell yeah, you popped the super chat cherry today. But if they did provide some sort of like socialist housing, like, I would probably, like, that's where I would get my start if I wanted to stop this life. That's how I would get my get stable again, as I would probably have to go to one of those. But HUD is so underfunded that they typically look for families first. And I don't have a family. I just got a cute little dog. So I'm always like the lowest person on the priority list for those kinds of things, because there's not enough. There's not enough. If there was enough, there wouldn't be a priority list. But since there's not enough, you know, they prioritize who's the most needing. Not deserving, but who's the most needing. So, you know, I'm usually don't even look into that kind of stuff as it sits. What's the lows up here? Right now, I think last night was like high 40s. You know, it hasn't been too bad. A couple of blankets keeps the chill off just fine. We did have last week a couple of days that got down into the 30s. That was kind of cold. Wasn't a fan. But, you know, it's not so bad. There's Love's Truck Stop across tracks at my place. Gas, Subway, Taco Bell, Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. is one of my faves, actually. Like, that's one of my... I do be liking some Carl's Jr. Sometimes it's not good, but some Carl's Jr.'s are fire. That's my spot. But from this spot where I'm at, there's not a lot of food options when you go into town. There's a Schlotzsky's, there's a Taco Bell, and there's a McDonald's. And I think a couple of restaurants. Oh, I think there's a Subway too. Actually, there is a Subway. Maybe I'll go to Subway. It's right next to Taco Bell. What about the Portland VA? What about it? I don't know. I used to be in the Portland VA system, but I lived here in Bend, and it was kind of obnoxious to have. And they would schedule your appointments in the winter when you had to go to the VA in Portland to get to them. And there is a mountain pass between us and Portland. And I've driven through the mountain pass during gnarly ass snowstorms just to get to my appointment at the VA, because if I missed it, then it's harder to get another appointment later. So, like, I don't know. I'd rather live in an area with a VA closer, or at least like not a dangerous drive away. Dude, these flies are starting to this is ridiculous. Go away. This isn't your home. Jesus. Like, why are they... I'm gonna have to chase all of them out later. So sort of becoming a ritual every night. Oh, Heath Bobby, you guys don't have to donate. I know you guys are going through some shit. You guys, I mean, you guys are slabbers. I don't like taking from my people, you know. I don't like that. No freeways, noise, Pacific Rail rocks on my house. You could hood up at my place, 45 minutes south of Portland. Oh, for the VA. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna be focusing on it this winter. Currently, I'm registered at the Vegas VA system, so I'm gonna have to move it to the Phoenix one, because most of my time is gonna be spent in Portland. So I'll be going to VA appointments for sure this winter. Thumbed it up, by the way. Hell yeah, Liberated. Thanks. Gotta get that thumbs up. Yeah. Dude, these flies are so wild. This is like the most flies I've actually seen in here. There was like 50. I've chased a bunch of them out already, but like that was crazy. Like landed on the camera and shit. I'm not even cooking yet. Dude, I was sitting there watching TV earlier and copulating. They were like getting, and the one flew off, and then the chick left behind just kind of shook for a second, and then she flew off, and it was like, like that must have been some good stuff, because when he flew off, she was just sitting there like, oh, for like a long time for a fly, a long time, you know, at least a second. Where's Dave? Dave's not here, man. Dave is out exploring national parks in Washington somewhere. He was in the live chat earlier. When he comes south, 395 or 5. So, I am pretty sure I'm gonna go. I fucking hate 5 so much. But I have a tattoo artist friend of mine who's living in Sacramento, and the one that did my knuckles in that video a while back, they also hosted me while I was looking for Spider. This is the house, like, some friends of ours that, you know, they didn't know me very well back then, but they knew what I was doing. And there was one night that they just let me crash on their couch and gave me just a comfortable spot to sleep and coffee in the morning. They're really, really good folks. But I want to go there and get a tattoo, and or at least just say hi to them, even if I'm not getting a tattoo. And then from there, from Sacramento, I don't know. Maybe I'm right there on the 5, but it's also not too hard to cut over to the 395, so not really sure which route I'll take yet. It kind of probably depends on gas money. Gas money will be my factor next month, because I'm already kind of worried about this next month. Next month, I got to get tires put on. I need to get the balancing done and then done. That's money. And then the rest of struggling with food for the rest of the month. Cigarettes and literally dog food, with everything, if I do that. So I'm a bit about that. One of the safest that I have is the fact that I'm not used to doing that drive in this van yet. Mostly I've ever had, because it's just a little 6-cylinder van. I've had that pickup, had RVs. The truck I usually was dragging a trailer behind me, and like every time I traveled, it was like, oh shit, and it was just a struggle month because all my money went to gas. So this time it'll be significantly cheaper than kind of what I'm used to, but I know I'll still be struggling next month. I'm kind of worried about that. But I guess I'll burn that bridge when we get there. Work won't start until the month after that. So, I don't know what I'm going to do, folks, but I will be down south, so hopefully I'll be able to bring you some cool videos, maybe even pop into Slabs and do a Slab City video. I really would like to show you guys more Bombay Beach, too, so. Zig watching Fly Sex. God help us. Hey man, they did it on me, okay? It was almost a threesome. They landed on me and just like didn't care about my consent or my boundaries, just started going at it. And then, you know, he flew away. Like, I don't even think he caught her name, but she didn't seem to mind. I mean, if you can read a fly's body language. Where's Dave? I yawned just as you said it. He's up exploring national parks in Washington somewhere. The spider video was the bomb. Yeah, thanks, dude. It was a good video. I feel like I've got some really good videos out there. You know, the Bottle Kids video. I've shown you guys Bombay Beach before. I took a boat out on the Salton Sea. I've brought you guys like a whole bunch of YouTubers and slabbers together to do a little like video interview thing, which was very difficult to do, by the way. And anyways, like I feel like I've done some good videos. If I stop there, you got canned food and gas money, Lord willing. If I go down 395, I know the area you guys are in. I don't know where you're at, but I know the town. So, yeah. Intellectual curiosity, you're in Washington. Well, if you're curious where Dave's at, his name is Dave Lowe on Facebook. And he usually puts where he's at on there. He like tags the national parks he's visiting, dispensaries he's going to. So, Jeff, you got hooked after the spider video. Well, hell yeah. So is that how most of you guys found me? Was like Slab City videos, or was it the spider video? How is it that you found me? How did you find me? Were you looking for me? I'm curious. How many of y'all like Mischief says when it causes place. Is that where you found me? Was from Cause's videos? Because I was in other slabber videos before I ever made my own channel. I was in Cornelius's videos forever ago when Corn went to Mexico for the first time. It was like from slabs to Mexico and Obamacare fails. That was the first video I was in. I was in another one with Cause to the 3 questions with Cause. I was in Special Head's video when he came to slabs. And I was in a music video he did also. That might be it. I'm sure I was in some of Mac's too, from before I started my own. Dude, these flies are serious. I wish there was like an actual, like, something that worked to keep flies away. People say peppermint oil, but that shit don't work very well. I wish I could have given gas money on the way up to get that guy. No one even freaking knew I was going. And actually, dude, I had to borrow to get the gas money to go up there. I used a bunch of my own money. And a few other people chipped in, and like I didn't even want to tell, like, one person I borrowed money from, I didn't even want what I was doing, but I had to borrow money from him, so I ended up telling him what I was doing, which he was like, all right, yeah, dude, pay me back on the first. And then come the first, once I got him, he was like, don't worry about it, dude, you're good. But you know, like, I was trying to keep everything real close to the chest. Like, no one really knew what we were doing. It was hard. It was hard to get money together for that, because of the fact that we're all poor, dude, and like we're all balancing that knife, you know, the edge of a knife on money, and adding a trip that we didn't know if I was even gonna find him, adding that on top of it, like, really, I knew that I could get up what up. At least I could just stay in Sacramento. Yes, back, and I think it was like probably like 4 or 5 days I would have had to stay in Sacramento, which I was prepared to do. I was just like, I'll do that. But I found him and still had money left over, so I had the gas money, and I came back on fumes and broke. So like no one really knew what we were doing. The bag of water over the threshold, I've seen that before, and I've even kind of seen it work. I just don't know how to do that in a van. I could probably figure out some solutions though. I imagine this will be an issue down in the deserts in Arizona too, until it hits freezing. Once the freeze comes, they'll all go away. But then it doesn't stay that cold for that long, and then they'll come back, you know. How is Mad Mac? Whenever he pops in, he usually gives us an update. He did he got some place outside in one of the RV parks outside of Slabs, so that's where he's been staying. He's not staying in Slabs anymore, which is good. He needs, you know, the air conditioning, and he needs, you know, to be comfortable. There's nothing wrong with getting a little more creature comforts in your life. First video I saw, you were handing out joints in Slab City. That was a lot of fun, actually. I wish I could do more of that. That video I didn't get to monetize because it's about weed, and so that video, whenever you watch it, I don't get any money from it, but I did like doing it. I want to do that some more. I rolled like 15 joints and just drove around Slabs handing them out to people. I want to do that in Quartzsite. That would be cool. Just hand out joints in Quartzsite. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. But alright guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna go get some food in me and get some rest. Slab City Uncensored Facebook group is how you discovered me. Oh shit. Yeah, that's I do some trolling in that group sometimes. Some of the comments in there are just absolutely fucking wild. And usually not from slabbers. It's from the, you know, the internet tourists that are slabbers. But I be doing some trolling in there sometimes. Mr. Beast from Slabs. He did come to Slabs, and I was pretty. Mr. Beast came to. I know you're talking about me, but Mr. Beast came to Slabs, and I was kind of disappointed at the way he portrayed that place. But if you watch any of those videos, if you ever watch like Mr. Beast came to Slabs or any of them that are like the lawless city, last free place, you know, we spent 24 hours here. By the end of their videos, they almost always they're like, actually these people are pretty chill. Like they're just fucking hanging out and listening to music, and like they're pretty welcoming, and these people are cool as fuck. Like that's how most of them end. I would say like 99% of them end. But they get you with that hook, like surviving Slab City. But if you watch the videos, almost always at the end of it, like these people are really nice and welcoming, and you know they're fine. Just my take on those things. I'm giving it away, and Bobby. Yeah, me too. That shit is fun. I just like if I could use my channel to help people, like I would love that. And I know that I have done some of that, right? Like giving the joints away. I got my neighbor that wheelbarrow. I've gotten Nemo parts when he broke down here in town. I feel like there's been more too. I just like doing that kind of stuff because like you guys have helped me so much. If someone next to me is struggling, there's a way that I can help them. Like I'll just extend that your guys' generosity to whoever I can hit with it. But yeah, I would love to like do Mr. Beast kind of stuff. That would be spectacular. That would be spectacular. I just don't have any donators that are like, yo, here's $10,000 to just hand to somebody. Because first of all, 10 grand would change my life. But second of all, like no one that follows me has got no 10 grand to just donate to me. But if they did, if somebody out there wanted to give me 10 grand, I would literally get, and if it was for that, I would give it away. Like, even though my ass is struggling, I would go find someone that needed 10 grand. That would be fun. I would need to find someone that was willing also to film that, but yeah, alright guys, I'm gonna go get some food in me. I appreciate y'all being here and watching me swat flies for an hour and a half or so. Appreciate the donations from both of you guys. You guys are awesome. And also, all the people who do donate to me when I'm not live streaming, I notice you. I do. And I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. You guys have kept food in my belly this month. And I got some really good dog food for Zag because I was feeding her some cheap-ass Beneful shit. And every once in a while, I'll get her some Beneful because, like, it's like McDonald's for dogs. You know, she likes it. But I got her the good stuff now, and I think she likes the stuff more anyways. But because of you, Zag's eating well, and I'm eating good. So I appreciate you guys. And as always, oh, let me get this ready. I gotta get this ready, and then I do it. I'm not used to the GoPro yet.